Hello everyone, this is Bronze Monkey, and today we're checking out Chivalry 2. As you all know, I like to do videos on Ottoman history and the Middle Eastern history, and when I heard of the new Tenosian Invasion update for Chivalry 2, I bought the game, and I decided to check it out. The game is itself pretty good. I'm not going to go into a review of the gameplay or... I'm sure there's other videos online that you can check out, do a much better job, who are much more into the game than me. But what I'm checking out today is the arms and armor and the levels that have been added into the game from the Tenosian Invasion update. There's another update coming out in October, which we will check out as well, which will add some customization options for the faction that is Tenosia. So... a little bit of background in this game. It's a team-based melee combat type game where teams of about 48 to 60 players face off against each other in a a medieval setting, or late medieval setting when it comes to the Tenosian Invasion. The three factions that the game has, I won't focus on the Mason faction or the Agatha faction because that is covered in the base game and it's not the main theme of our channel. But if you check out the Tenosians, which are very much a, let's say, Mamluk, Crusader era, Seljuk type, it's an amalgamation of a lot of Middle Eastern cultures, and I'm fine with that. It's fine because we don't get too many Middle Eastern-based games or medieval Middle Eastern-based games. I know one was announced for Assassin's Creed recently, and that's good to hear. I'll be checking that out as well. But in the game, you basically get to choose from four classes, which I'll show gameplay later on. The Archer, the Vanguard, the Footman, and the Knight. And let's just check them out. I already set them up with their, classic classic Turkish mustaches, just for fun. But let's check them out. Here we have an archer. The archer class is pretty good. They can be really annoying. They are not there to get kills, basically. But I'm not very good at the archer class. I do try to level up and unlock most of the weapons. But in terms of quality for the character design, I must say it's quite amazing that the detail they've gone into. They do have made some strange choices, but I think they're updating they're adding new armor sets here and there for Tenosia, because the armor options right now are kind of lackluster. You've got the Akkadian helm, which is a turban helmet. If you know your Ottoman or Middle Eastern Islamic armor types, the turban helmet, which, as you can see here, it's got three options. You can, in terms of quality, you got the light helm, the battle helm, and the Akkadian royal helm. Historical accuracy, you can say they're pretty. They're pretty accurate. They've added on spin on certain things, but the nose guard is accurate. The helmet shape. About the armor, not well. Yeah, you've got the splint mail, you've got the scale mail, the leather, the boiled leather, the boots, which are pretty accurate. They're pretty correct for Turkic warriors or warriors of that era. They could have gone a little bit more distinct, but I'm sure they can add options later on and more color. A different color options, but you've got the leather, the mail shirt, and the light armor. It looks pretty accurate. It's not too much to complain about. I love the sash belts. We do know that there's not much heraldry options compared to, for example, the European-based factions, but I'm sure they're going to add more in the future. We do know that a lot of, especially in Middle Eastern and Berberi states and Mamluks, had their own personal livery and not as unique or different as in Europeans. They didn't have that much emphasis on heraldry like a Game of Thrones style, like a House Stark or something, but they did have their own little patterns and stuff they like to employ. I love the background as well for this character customization scene. You got obviously an Ottoman-based giant cannon there, a bombard, you can see. And you've got you can see the Star of David, which was used in a lot of Islamic architecture of the time. It's even found on the flag of a beylik in the Ottoman states, in the Turkic states of Anatolia. And a nice mother of pearl inlay. They really went all out with the culture, and the carpets are amazing. The silk carpets there, and the detail is very accurate. But let's check out some of the weapons. So a lot of the weapons are European based, but I really love how they've added the recurve bow. It's great. It's as we know, a lot of the Middle Eastern warriors or archers, which were archer-based armies, such as the Seljuks, use the recurve bow. They could add different options because there's many different types of recurve bows. You got the Mamluk bow, the Ottoman bow, all of differing designs and functions, all used for different reasons. I'll upload some pictures if you want. Quite similar to this, a little bit different here and there, but very, they did a good job in their research. I assume they did. They did really good research in their research. As well as the snakeskin bows, which are just recurve bows, but of different design. And if we look at what other weapons they have, they've got a javelin. So they don't have the Jirid or the Jirit javelin yet. I assume they'll add it in the future, which is it's a steep nomad, Oghuz Turk, Seljuk Turk, Mamluk, or Middle Eastern culture weapon where it was thrown from horseback, which was quite a powerful weapon because it was usually made of an iron core. Some of them were thin and were thrown from horseback, and they could, when coming at full speed, use to pierce through a few of the armors that medieval knights would wear, and through weak spots or through the helms or necks, into the horses, into a lot of armored infantry. Quite a dangerous weapon the javelin was, and we know from various historical writings and the Book of Dead Corquid that this was used a lot in the steep nomad traditions or in the medieval traditions as well, and during the Crusades, etc. They have a pylon here, which I find a bit weird, but anyway, I'm not going to get into that. It's mainly a Roman type weapon, I guess. In terms of knives, they've got it's not here, but it's in the other section. They don't have a Middle Eastern type short sword here. They could have added maybe a yatagan. I don't know. They've got many different eras of things, so they can add a yatagan if they want to for a short sword, which will make it interesting. They do have the, let's see, here the Horseman's axe, which we can see was influenced a lot by Middle Eastern cultures from Turkey and Seljuk and Mamluk and Levantine cultures. You can see by a gold inlay, etc. It's very similar to a horseman's axe, used and found in Topkapi Palace as well. Of course, there's a Viking axe. This game does have a few Viking type stuff, which I feel like there's a lot of Viking things. We need a little bit more Middle Eastern based games, in my opinion. The Falchion class, so they've lumped in the Carabella, which is, well, from what I read online, this sword looks like an Turkic college. You can tell by the tapered design, the double-edgedness in the front, and the shape of the sword. But they've called it a Carabella, which is, well, online it's basically referred to as a Polish weapon, which was based off a Turkic weapon. As you can see, this is the top end one. But yeah, the detail on it's amazing. It does look very accurate. They really went into detail and made it look amazing on this weapon here. And they've also added a Shampshire, which is a Persian weapon, similar to Tokamuga Saber. Very nice designs and inlay in gold. They're used mainly on horseback. If this archer here would probably use a Carabella as his main sword if he were to carry a sword instead of a spear or a bow and arrow or spears, because as I mentioned in my previous videos, a lot of the warriors from the tribes would carry a whole lot of weapons with them. The main one being the bow, of course. But yes, it's falchion it's pretty accurate in my opinion. They did all lump it under the falchion sword type, but it is a game and they're confined by the rules of what they try to set out to achieve. Another weapon that we see is the flange mace, which I assume was there before, but we see a few of these in Topkapi Palace and they look similar to this type of weapon, so it's pretty accurate in my opinion. Throwing axes. Just a little bit of history for you guys. The Francisca was from what I read, was a weapon used by the French. So the name of France it's named after the axe here. The same with the Saxons being named after the hunting sex or the sex. I don't know how to say it, but yeah. This type of sword or knife was what the Saxons were named after, Wessex, Sussex, etc. after the Saxons. We have the shield here. They could so in Turkish a shield is called a pala, so it's pretty accurate. Warriors of the time did use the round shield. Let's move on to the Vanguard class, which is like a fast-moving heavy weapon type class, sort of like a glass cannon in the game. Their armors are similar. I love the voice acting, but the armors are similar to the archer. And they've got different weapons, which not many of them are based on a type of Middle Eastern culture. We can check them out. Executioner's axe, I guess, was used by the Ottomans. The balta was used in the palace. Guards are used a lot. A few janissaries to carry them around, but mainly not a battlefield weapon, as you can see. No great swords. Let's check these out, see if there's anything we're missing. I guess the glaive or these type of weapons of Hoshad was used by mainly Ottomans because of their proximity to Europe. They would just import them from Italy or wherever in Europe and use them, or find them on the battlefield and reuse them as part of their weapons. Really pragmatic, the Ottomans were. Same type of weapons here. Let's move out from here. The Footman class does have a different armor set. So the first two have the same armor set, and the last two have the same armor set, which is the Cavalier or Sipah type armor. They could have gone with a higher, heavier chainmail, split mail type armor set, but they went with a mirror shield type armor in the middle there, which it's pretty accurate. It's alright. Does protect you from arrows, does protect you from stab wounds, slices. Pretty accurate in my opinion. They obviously it's all based off historical armors as well. So the weapons they usually have that's really accurate here is the Bardish or the Bardishia, I think it's how it's pronounced. These were the main weapons of a lot of the infantry facing charges of knights or so on. Could split a man in half if swung overhead in real life, and pretty accurate. They were used a lot by the Ottomans. You stick one into the ground and face off against the enemy, a charge, or slam it down on an enemy, and can crack through a lot of armors. In fact, it's really a dangerous weapon. If not cutting through you, it'll break all your bones. from if it hits you in the shoulder, for example. Bill hooks, yeah, I assume they were being used, especially the halberds, but not these type of halberds, of course. No, these were mainly a European thing. You wouldn't see them, or if they were used, mainly as plundered weapons, I guess. Yeah, we'll cut this short because there's not. Once you go through a few of them, there's not much there for weapons, except this armor set for the knight class, which is the heavy healer class, is pretty accurate. You got the face mask armor there, which I purchased. It's kind of cool. It reminds me a lot of the face mask armors you see in museums. It also looks a lot. It reminds me of the Janissary armor from Assassin's Creed Revelations, which was a game that was really fond of growing up. Yeah. What weapons do I have? That's anything that we can show you guys. They got a heavy shield, I guess. Not sure I've seen this type of shield before, but the game does need a heavy shield, and they could have went with a bigger round shield, I guess, but looks kind of like a door. But yeah, if there is a type of shield like this in history on museums, maybe just send me the link or show me where I could find it, because it'd be pretty interesting to see if there was such a type of armor in real life. Such type of shields in real life, sorry. Yeah, let's check out the battlefield map if you like, if I can find a map. But the Tenosian Invasion update that was free that came with the game it's really good. It's really fun. It's a fun game. Let's check it out. See if we can find a match. Right, so we're just loading a game right now. This is the Raising of Iskender, which is obviously a Alexandria Iskender in Turkish. Let's see if we can get the team to be... Yep, so we're in Tenosia. And I want to play as a... well, yeah, the knight with the axe. So the game is fun. The object of this level is to stop the invaders of the Mason Order from sacking the city. I'm not too good at this game, but I don't judge me too much if I completely suck at this. So I like to just run away. Kidding. Yeah, I suck at this game. Yeah. Atlanta class I like to use is this one, but I'll respawn in when I die from that. I like to go down here as well and just sneak up on them and wail on them, but a lot of the times in this game, one team is clearly better than the other. But yeah, this game has went into a lot of detail, a lot of historical accuracy when they created their fictional universe, in quotation marks, but they did try their best. And I just got killed. Yeah, as I said, I really suck at this game, but I just want to show you the detail that they the detail that they've gone through into this game to make it a nice experience for everyone. The amount of, the detail on the architecture, on the Islamic designs, as you can see, the javelin's a pretty strong weapon. It does a lot of damage on hitting. And also the update has added horse riding, which I feel like they could improve a little bit. Sometimes it's very strong. Sometimes it's just... It depends on who's riding horse. It can be pretty shit. But yeah. And this guy can throw bandages as well, which is fun. I'm just gonna hide here and heal up. Yeah, as you can see, I just swing wildly sometimes. A lot of the tactics people use is like standing down or like kneeling down and attacking, which I find kind of shit. Like, but anyway, the one tip is that don't just charge in. Don't just charge into your enemies, because yeah, I got killed because I kicked him and he wasn't defending. But yeah, I love the architecture though. It's the domes, the blue domes, the design of the buildings, the way they're built. They've gone a lot of detail. They look, and they use a lot of resources to build it. Love the fake Arabic writing, because for some reason today you can't make games set in historical environments like the first Assassin's Creed because it upsets people. Because it upsets people, but I don't really get offended by that kind of stuff. I'll just show you a little bit of this first match. Yeah, sometimes you just get destroyed by a whole group of enemies. I'll show you another class next, which is the Archer, and then we'll just call it that for the day. And I'll just finish the game. We'll check it out from there, but yeah. Oh shit, here they come, there's more of them. Sorry, I'm not talking much, but you want to like get on the enemies. Get on the enemies' flanks or sides or back, and then strike them from there. Obviously, the enemies won here, but. So I just like striking my own guys over here. We're loading with an Archer now. For some reason I loaded with that's a pretty big short bow, or like recurve bow, don't you think? Anyway. I just realized that, but anyway. I suck at firing arrows, so I really suck at firing arrows, but today I'm...
They have overrun the city gates! Fall back! Protect our city! Do not allow them to destroy our victory
get
call.
killed because I'm not facing enemy. But yeah, when I get a chance, I'll show you inside of the building as well. As you can see, it's kind of weird seeing a lot of these dome-shaped buildings but not minares around. Guess that can count as one, maybe? No idea. But obviously they try to stay away from a lot of the Islamic architecture in terms of the pure religious architecture in this game. I know in the next update they will be launching... Get the hell out of there. One thing I can do is you could just go up here around the corridor. Love the houses. Reminds you a lot of a few places in the Middle East. Though a lot of it's not the same color and type anymore because of modernization. You gotta be careful. Oh, team strike. Well, that was pretty cool.
I do not think so.
And then I just pull out the sword, and then let's go. Oh, here you go. There you go. That was pretty cool. We got another one of these. Shit, that was a bad strike. Don't want to do that. But you wanna, when you're at this level, you want to pick up a lot of weapons. Pick up a lot of weapons and then throw them at the enemy. Because this guy's gonna come for me. You're gonna go restock at these crates over here, and get your arrows back. Another thing you can do is set up a defense thing here, and then oh, I don't want to join the cavalry. Oops. Anyway, I'll show you the cavalry. But you can build up speed as you run, and then just charge straight into an enemy. And you're dead. I'm stuck on something, I think. Yeah, it does need a lot of work in terms of the cavalry, in my opinion. But here we go. Let's go straight into an enemy. Let's see if we can take my bow out and do some bow archery. You can't, which I wish they added. It would add some realism, some more realism to the game. I just get off this guy now and then just like pick it up and oh, I got killed by some guy on the whole thing. Let's change it to a class that I'm pretty proficient at it. But yeah, the game is quite fun in my opinion. Matches usually last about half an hour or so. I did say once unlocking all the weapons and stuff, I'm getting pretty... Take that. Once you unlock all the weapons, it does get a bit tedious in time, but I'm sure the new update will be pretty good. Sorry.
One column left standing.
You're gonna run away. And then I'm dead, I think. Because of the fire damage which you can throw. I'll show you that too if you like. This one here, this guy can use the oil pot. I'll throw that. So...
All of our columns have been
There you go.
destroyed. Those imbeciles are attacking the artifacts.
There you go.
Defend them.
The mace is a good weapon as well. Oh shit, that's pretty funny. As I said, I suck at this game. I love how this shows the game shows the Middle Eastern or the Islamic type culture is more advanced than the European one. I thought that was quite funny and hilarious. Pretty accurate. Nah, I'm lying, but yeah. In objective this is defend these artifacts from being destroyed, which usually doesn't last that long. The smaller ones are pretty... Don't know how I survived that. Don't know how to survive that, but anyway. Got killed. Yeah. Anyway, I can probably talk about love this type of... It almost looks... It's very much inspired by Celtic architecture, in my opinion. I'm not an Islamic architectural student. I'm sure there's someone who could do a more in-depth analysis of what's happened, what they've gone with, and there's probably some historical inaccuracies, but it looks good enough. See, as I said, that the low-hanging guys are pretty annoying to deal with. But yeah, I play with the... That guy sucks. That guy sucked. As you can't defend with this one.
They are almost completely destroyed.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to play with a controller, but if you can do it, I'm sure the Pro controller for the PS5 when it comes out will make it a bit more easier because to play. It's going to swap the constructions around, but yeah. Oh yeah, guys, say if you like these type of gaming videos, Yeah. Suck. Let's see if I can do... Let's just keep playing with this guy and then get through this level. Wanted to show you inside the library, which is the main object of the game, is to burn down the library. But as long as we defend this artifact here, they probably won't get to it. I gotta heal up. As long as I defend this area, we should be fine. It's just when the focalized force comes in like that, you just gotta be careful. Because they can and will force their way through to destroying this artifact. Oh. I'm dying here. Oh, and we win the game. So yeah, that was the main, basically, object of the game. A lot of these missions work like that, but yeah, it's pretty fun. I recommend playing it if you love Middle Eastern or like Middle Ages type games, fighting and everything. It's a pretty fun, pretty accurate game. I enjoy it. Yeah. Leave a like, subscribe, I guess, and wait for the next historical video. I'm probably going to do it about the House of Girai in Crimea, which would be my next option, I guess. Anyway, thanks for that, and see you guys